my best friend. Wolfie and his best friend.
See, I'm not above giving you a chance.
Let me have one.
I just don't know if I'm above forgiving you. Not for doing what you did to me, but for what you did to Nancy.
I don't know what I did, Nancy. To Nancy, but I can tell you this. Colin. Before my mum passed away. Before my mum passed away, she told me something. How do you open a closed fist? Do you just get your other hand and force it open with the same amount of might? You don't. You let it go. You relax, and your hand will open. Stop using so much force. And give me an opportunity to help you release that hand that you hold so tightly. And I apologize for what I did. I'm remorseful, I'm apologetic, and I need an opportunity to show that I am not who you describe me to be. I feel different. I don't feel like me anymore. I feel like something in me has changed. But what you described me to be, I have no recollection of or no desires to repeat. I have no justification for any of the things that you tell me. I'm sorry for whoever I became. I'm sorry for what I did. If I hurt you or Nancy, then I apologize. And all I can do is hope that one day you can forgive me. But I hope you give me an opportunity to take things back the way they were. Let me be the PM again.
How long do you think that's going to take?
I don't know. Because if there's anyone that holds grudges, I know.
Like I said, there's a lot of damage, Steve. There's a lot.
Well, how am I going to prove it?
I don't have that answer for you. But an apology is a good start.
I apologize, Colin.
I know you do. I can't say that. I think this might take a week. This might take months before you even get close to me saying a yes to you.
Then there might be no point. You're not going to change your mind. Your mind is set and made.
Stranger things have happened.
Oh yeah, definitely. But your mind is set. I don't think that can ever be changed, Colin. I think your mind will never adjust. I mean, I'm not saying you don't have the right to say no. You seem to be justified. But
it just tells me you're not willing to put the effort in.
No, I am.
Well, do it then.
That's what I'm trying, but I don't think you can be changed.
Then that just tells me you're not willing to put the effort in, D.
You haven't given me an opportunity.
People can fucking change. If you think I'm gonna gamble and letting you in on the PM to potentially change my mind, no. You want to change my mind, you work with the club, not in it.
Well, how can I work with the club then? I mean, think about it, Colin. If it just goes wrong, you just shoot me in the back of the head on a cliff again.
I'm not doing that.
Why have you changed?
If you expected me to come here today and to change my mind in one conversation,
I did not. But months I didn't expect.
That's what I said. I don't know if it's going to be weeks. Like, I don't know what can happen between now and then. I can't predict that. Maybe you'll save my life 5 times over. But you've got to put in the work. I'm willing to help, but you've got to put that work in.
How can I do this if I'm not part of the club? What am I, a hang around? Nah, I'm not becoming a fucking hang around.
No, I wouldn't do that. Well, actually, I would. I definitely would do that. I would 100% make you hang around. I don't think that you can just walk in.
I'm not trying to.
Can.
Have I tried to?
It's in a way, yeah, to get that vote. It's just a way of coming in.
I'm talking to every member. Try to get understanding what I could do to improve. What I can do to revert the past that I created. But all I'm getting is closed doors.
My door's open, it's just a lot of fucking work.
I want to change that, Colin.
I can't give you an answer as to how.
How can one improve if you have no goals? What am I, fucking... Well, am I Faye? Faye took forever to get into the club. Because goals were set, and they were very hard for her to reach. You Fayeing me?
The goal that was set so high to reach was set by you.
That is
She
true.
deserved that jacket months before. You set up an impossible fucking task.
But she did it,
And
didn't
she did it.
She got a jacket, right?
But she should have had that months ago. So if you want me to treat you like that, like your way, sure. But I'm not going to, because that's not fucking right.
Why did we make the process so long in the first place, man?
Hey, D.
What?
If you're trying to open my fist, if you're trying to get me to open my hand into a fist, into a fucking palm, you're not that. If you want to start with something, time. And I know that's been said 1,000 fucking times in this club, but I can't forgive you over fucking night. I can't forgive you in a week.
You turned against me in a day.
That, I think, was building a little longer than that.
So you say you had this time to have a conversation with me? You had all this time, all this length to have a discussion, but you chose not to? You chose to keep it a secret from me? You pondered about it? Which one was it? Did you turn to me in a day, or did you have time? Which one was it, Colin? You can't have both.
What, to slowly grow a sort of resentment to a man that was blooding out people for his own good?
That doesn't sound like me.
I know. But you're saying I made that choice up in a fucking day because I fucking didn't.
And why didn't you talk to me?
I'm telling you, man. You deserve that fucking conversation. That is why, in terms of how the club operates now, everybody gets that conversation.
I just had to be made an example.
You didn't need to be made an example, but
you did.
Sometimes there's harsh lessons. You can keep reminding me. There's regret. But if you wanna move past it here today, then stop bringing it up. Stop weaponizing it. If you're trying to convince me that you're changed, D, so far, it doesn't feel like it. The apology, yes. But right now, it just sounds like you're weaponizing my choices against me.
I'm not trying to
change my
Colin.
mind.
I'm not trying to force you to change your mind tonight. That's an impossible ask. But I just hope that you understand that what you did wasn't good, bro. It wasn't a good thing.
Yeah, no shit.
Why aren't you... If you notice that I haven't brought up why should I trust you? Why should I not go all hell-bent crazy against the BBMC for betraying me, for shooting me in the back of the head, for kicking me out, for taking everything I have? I haven't even thought of that as an option. That's never come to my mind, not once. I've come back and thought forgiveness, apologetic, opportunities to improve. If I was this man that you described, why haven't I done any of that? I don't want to. And that should never happen. You took everything away from me, and I've sought nothing but forgiveness. You know what I have now? I got $3.5 million of debt, 7 cars locked in an apartment, 2 pizzas, an advanced lockpick, and a car that I can't afford to fix that I borrowed from Seaside Towers.
Kind of pizza.
And a pizza.
What's the other kind?
It's pepperoni.
I mean, life's not that bad. The pizzas, anyway. Look, you remember that debt was your choice. You want to say that it was a sacrifice for the club, but it was still your choice. You took on all that debt, but it didn't matter anymore.
It's my fault that I made that sacrifice for the club, and now it's my fault that I
was
got
your
shot,
choice.
and it's my problem now?
It's not. Look. I know how much you probably feel like the victim. As you probably should. You got shot in the head by us. Without a fucking word. But it feels like because you forget a lot of this stuff, that we're all the bad guys.
Well, I just got one question then.
I'm not done.
Continue.
That all the fucking pain, all the fucking blood, that was us, not you. You did hurt a lot of people, and you put them in harm's fucking way.
Describe it to me. I don't know what I did. What did I do? How did I hurt people? I don't recall any of this. I have no memory of anything that you say. I hurt people. Give me a name. Nancy, what did I do to her?
Yeah. Like I said, tried to use her as a fucking bargaining chip.
Did I hurt her?
No.
Then
The thought was there, and I know you would have done it.
What's another name? Who did I hurt?
I'm not... Why the fuck... D.
But you're telling me all these people that I hurt, this terrible person that I am, but so far the only person that you've mentioned that BBMC has had any internal conflict on is when you shot me. You haven't named a single person that I hurt. You haven't named a single member that I shot. You haven't named a single person that I stabbed. The only person in the BBMC that you mentioned was me that got shot. Seems like you did worse than anything I ever did. You say that I hurt people? You say that I was causing problems? You were the only one that shot a member in the BBMC! So sorry for being a little upset! I never shot anyone! I never hurt anyone! It was you! You were the one that shot a BBMC member! You were the one that went above the patch! You were the one that kept it a secret! I was the one that was shot! I was the one that had no memory! I am the one with nothing! You took everything! You left me with nothing! Who's the bad person?
You done?
I think I am, Colin. I'm gonna go speak to Chip.
Oh, you don't want me to list people you've heard?
Oh no, go on, list them. Tell me who I've shot.
I mean, I can start with Pez.
Did we not decide on that?
Oh, I'm like you're saying.
What people did I go behind the people's back and shoot? Name a single person.
Pez.
Pez.
Yeah, we were gonna let him walk, and then you shot him in the head.
Okay. Who else?
Stevie, when you shot her in the head.
Okay, who else?
As a lesson. Faye, when you dragged her through the fucking mud for 9 fucking months, and then gave her an impossible
Did I
task.
shoot her?
No, D, there is far more damage than a bullet.
What about the time you shot me on an island 6 months prior?
When you lied to my fucking face about Cleo to get her fucking shot.
Like when you did to me on the end of the mountain?
Lied to you?
Oh, sorry, shouldn't say lied. You didn't speak to me at all. You just kept it a fucking secret, didn't you, Colin McKinley? No one gives a fuck about Cleo. No one gives a fuck about Pez. And somehow you've all gotten this idea that I was against Faye. Motherfucker, I'm leader. I used to be leader of the club. If I wanted to give it to Faye, I got rid of her faster than shit through a goose, but I didn't. I want quality in this club. I gave Faye every opportunity I could. I strung her along for months. That was me giving her more chances than I gave more than anyone. Anyone at Faye's level at that point, I would have discontinued. You tell me that I'm a person that stringed her along for months. I wanted her gone. But I gave her more opportunities than I gave any member of this club, and in the end, she exceeded my expectations and made it in. What do you mean dragged her through the month? She was a fucking mess, man. She couldn't lockpick cars. She had no fucking awareness. She was coming down to the Billabong with CG fucking shooting us, having no awareness whatsoever. She had put me in a car while I was injured and she couldn't drive it 2 blocks without crashing. You think that's worthy? I strung her in the mud. I helped her get better. I gave her every opportunity she gave. I gave her a goal for her to achieve and she accomplished it. She made it in the end, so what's the fucking problem? Should we just fucking take anyone into the street? Or anyone becomes a hangaround and they become a club member now? 6, 9 months? We had to change. She had to become better, man. I wanted her in the club, I did. I truly did. And she made it in the end. But to say that I dragged her and strung her along the month and limited her chances, that's fucking bullshit, and you know it.
Then talk to her.
I would love to.
You want to say this to me?
Is she awake? I would love to. Her. That's what I want to do. I want to do that.
I guarantee you say that all to her face and she will tear you apart.
I'll say it to her face. Because my opinion hasn't changed, and I'm happy with Faye that she made it in the club, man. I said yes, did I not? Should have I said no? Would have you preferred me? It's not about her, man. It's about me. In the end, she made it in the club and became a powerful pillar of strength within our community. She became a member that is valuable, loved, and an asset that is needed. What's the problem? She proved me wrong, man, and I'll say that straight up. I gave her as many opportunities as I could, and she was on her last one. I thought it was over. I thought she wasn't gonna make it, and I doubted her. But she proved me wrong. I was wrong about her. And then I said yes.
Okay, D, you want to change my mind? Start with her.
Oh, I'd love to. I haven't been able to see her yet.
Okay, like I said, you want a goal? You want to change my mind? Start with her.
I will. This one as good as I expected it to go. Yeah. I need to call my friend. He thinks I gave him a warning that I don't call him, then I've died. So far, he's texted me 3 times and he's called me and I haven't responded.
Look, I want to reflect on one thing I said a long time ago to you, D. We're
Yes.
both bad people. You admit that? You think you're a bad person?
I'm a terrible person. I'm as bad as us. Never mind.
Bad people can do bad things, and you can still be a good person.
And I hope I can change your mind and fix that.
All right.
I hope we can let go of that fist, brother.
Yeah. You
I just want to put this all behind and go back to where it was. I'm not perfect and neither are you. I made mistakes and so did you. But we can learn from this, become better, stronger, and not repeat them. No relationships are like a rope. Rope gets cut in the middle, but when you tie the knot together and the 2 ends come closer. We can take this moment and we grow stronger because of it. Just give me that opportunity.
yeah. You stay safe and stay beautiful, D, all right?
I noticed something since I came back. If I was cursed by this person making me do terrible things, I noticed that during that time when I came back, when I was ocean dumped by bass, I grew brown hair and a dark, scary beard. But now I come back and I don't have any of these negative thoughts. I feel like a good bull. I can make my way into becoming a better person. My hair's gone blonde, my beard is gone. But I've noticed that since I've returned, you've grown something. It makes me wonder if this is symbolism for something.
Well, keep wondering.
Fuck. You say beards are evil? Maybe. I like my super secret undercover member that I forgot was actually a member of the BBMC and called you and said you didn't do anything about anything because no one actually told me you were still part of the club, and then realized later that you were a member of the club, and then over a long period of time when you didn't want to be the super secret member anymore, you turned into an actual member of the club, and now you're a valued asset of the community.
And then you called me prospect for 6 months, and after you called me prospect, it took me about 4 more months before you even recognized me as like a patch member of the club. And then after you was a patch member of the club for so long, I had to tell Colin to fuck off. And then you took me in the car and you were in the Jeep and we were heading to Grandpa's. And at Grandpa's, you told me, Chip, I appreciate you. You are actually a high command member now. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We never stopped thinking about you that way.
Are you still high command?
I am, Dundee.
I'm glad.
And in case you forgot, I'm still a founder. One of 2 that are left.
That is true.
First of all, I want to say it's almost relieved to kind of see it, but at the same time, it kind of hurts.
I was told I was a bad person, Chip. I was told I was a terrible human being doing terrible things that was harming the club. I do not recall these events happening. I do not have any recollection of doing these things. But I'm becoming more convinced that I was this person, yet have no memory of it. If I ever hurt you, I'm sorry. That's not who I wanted to be.
Do you know what, Dundee? Back then, I thought you were out there to hurt me. Back then, I thought you were the one that said, Chip, I don't need you part of this club anymore. Chip, do better. Chip, eat concrete. Chip, I don't think you deserve to wear that cut. And do you know what? I really did think you didn't like me. I really thought you didn't appreciate me and everything that I'd done. But do you know what? I'm going to say something now, Dundee. I like to consider myself an open thinker. I like to consider myself somebody that is able to look at something and not hold grudges, but also I can say thank you for doing that.
Huh?
That time, Dundee, those hard times, the times I was fucking pissed off, knocking down your door, getting angry at myself, frustrated. It was because I wasn't the person that you originally wanted in the club. And to be honest with you, coming from the background that I did to where I've become is because some of your credibility for being so hard on me. So thank you. I am not mad at that. I'm able to digest the evil things you've done to me and the mean things you said to me, Dundee, as more of a lesson to make me a good example and a good leader to this fucking club. But being in this position that I am now, Dundee, is I have to make sure that my members are okay and take the lessons that you've taught me and reciprocate them to the members in a way that wasn't so harsh and brash to where people hated each other. And that's eventually what happened. I have a lot of things I can say, Dundee. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot of the times. But there was times where you left me just scratching my head, wondering what the hell you were doing.
I'm sorry, Chip. I made a lot of poor decisions. I've opened my eyes to realize I'm not the perfect person that I thought that I was. Like I said, I was told that I was a terrible person. I was doing dumb shit, hurting members of the club. And I don't recall those events. I was told I put a gun to Barry's head.
You did.
I don't recall that happening. I do not remember a situation where that happened. Whatever these bad things I've done, it describes me as a different person to what I think I believe in. I don't want to do any of those things. I want to support my members, every single one. Every single one is valuable. Every single one is help contributing to the legacy that is the BBMC. And I was harsh on you. Now that I do remember, I was harsh on you because I felt like we're on hard mode. But you were one of the few that took my harshness and you turned it into motivation. And I don't want to sit here and say that I was right because I wasn't, but I got the end result that I desired.
To be honest, it's made me a better person. And it's funny that you remember that, and as it was such a huge part of my life. But I want to ask you a question. If you don't remember aiming a gun at Dundee's head, if you were the Prime Minister, Dundee, and you had a member aim a gun at another high command, what would happen to that member? With the intent to kill, what would happen to that member, Dundee?
I'd hear all sides to both stories and I'd have a discussion with members of my club. Because it's very possible that there might be another side. What if the other member was doing something that warranted it? What if there was a lack of context? What if there's a lie involved? What if stories don't match? And I need more opinions to know, because ultimately the end result of that very possibly could be the removal and murder of a member of our club for betraying the club and its patch. But it's very serious conflict and all opinions matter.
So if somebody aimed a gun at the Prime Minister and was being aggressive and violent to previous other club members, you would need a debate about it.
What if there was another side that we didn't know? What if they were under duress? We need to figure it out. But absolutely, if it turned out that guy, the end result is that that person was maliciously doing those actions, they'd be dead. They'd absolutely be killed. Shot just like I was.
Isn't that crazy how that worked out? I feel like there was a couple people, and I'm sure you've heard this multiple times, Dundee, and I hate to bring it up, but I've been bringing up Pez ever since you've been gone, and I'm sure, I don't even know what your current stance on that situation was, but it was like, did we hear the other side of that? Was that fair? Or were you just acting off of emotion rather than thought? Which that was a majority of the BBMC when you were the Prime Minister of the club, was just acting off immediate emotion and not actually having a fully thought out plan. That was one of our weaknesses, D. But it was also, I won't give you bad credit in all stakes, it was one of our stronger suits as well. There had to be a balance between how we juggled situations, and you were kind of, I'd consider you more of a seat of the pants kind of guy. If you didn't like something, you made sure it was handled immediately. If it was internally in the club or externally with an opposing gang or an opposing person, just like you shot the Vagos out of nowhere because you were angry, didn't think we'd put us at war with two gangs at the same time. You just acted off emotion. D, when do you want to think about things before you act? Has that changed?
I need to demonstrate it to you.
Yeah, because what I remember is the Dundee before this person that is standing in front of me, the Dundee that most people feared, even internally in the club, was too afraid to say it. You know, when we got a call from Norman Bones that had a gift,
Who?
and that you may be returning. Norman Bones, Dundee. Norman Bones, ring a bell?
No.
How the fuck does that not ring a bell? How does that means nothing to you?
Only thing it means to me is that my club members, well, your club members keep telling them to me, and I can't comprehend it.
When we got word you were coming back, D, do you know what? People weren't excited. Your former club members were not happy. They were fearful. They were told to roll in twos and to not be alone, as if we were going to war with a gang.
You have food and bandages, I'm gonna die. Water and bandages.
I have bandages, I have no water. Actually, I do. See, you're still taking good care of yourself.
Yeah. Chip, this is a fire extinguisher.
Just go ahead and just put your mouth up against it and pull the trigger.
It's a fire extinguisher, Chip. You want me to drink
Yeah,
out of
put
a fire extinguisher?
Have you ever done a beer bong before? Just you put your mouth against it and then you just put it. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Go.
You've learned
Go.
something.
Tastes like suppressant. But you were saying.
Hopefully that can suppress some of your emotions and your anger and some of the fear that you brought back to the club.
People rolling around in twos as if I was gonna come kill someone.
Yeah. Do you know, that's the one thing that concerned me the most, Dundee, is as soon as we heard that you were back, the club didn't celebrate. The club didn't say our Prime Minister's back. They were fearful. And looking at it from the outside, it's why would they be so fearful if the somebody that was leading the club respected and took care of them?
Because even though I
That was
preached
my
communication,
question.
no one ever spoke it to me. That's the biggest problem I've been seeing. I come back, I walk into the Billabong, not 5 seconds later, club members shooting each other. I was there when TJ shot Junior. I'm sorry. I've been told that I've been this terrible person. And then I was the most feared person. You know what I think?
What?
So far, the only person that's been shot in this whole ordeal was me. And I heard that I watched my own club members shoot each other in the face. Is there a time where I intentionally, and I mean not accidentally, but intentionally, shot an active member of our club?
Well, I could always just bring back Pez as he was getting ready to walk away, but I'm sure you've heard that a million fucking times. What about you shot Stevie?
Intentionally?
I wouldn't imagine why you would shoot her on accident.
It was a test for Barry and I gone wrong. And I regret that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is you managing yourself and your emotions in situations like that. You know, you're an example. I say this all the fucking time. High command is an example. Being a patch, you have to set examples. And what does that look like? Shit trickles down from the top. If you're shooting your members because of a scuffle you had with your husband, if he didn't pipe you down the night before, it's not a good example to set for your club. It all goes downhill. And do you really think that type of situation would have went over easy with the rest of your members? Because you had a fight with Barry? Is that going to happen again? Every time you get in a fight with Barry, you're going to have to fucking blast somebody or take your anger out on somebody else? You know the club was fearful when they heard that you were coming back.
That's what people think of me.
I too believe people are fucking afraid of you, D.
I feel like someone has gone around and spilled a completely false narrative of who I am, or people just viewing me in the lowest of lights.
Yeah. Could be the way you treated them. It could be the way you spoke to them, or maybe the way you handled the club in some situations where people would propose ideas to you and you would kind of just sweep them under the rug. And I truly believe, Dundee, you would still be here if you gave Barry more of a voice when he was the vice prime minister, when you were the PM. I felt the leadership at the top, and I need you to listen to me. The leadership at the top is where everything fumbled, Dundee. You were a great leader, but do you know what? Your husband, your vice prime minister, was supposed to be the person to reel you in and be your balance. But anytime he tried balancing you out, it was always shut down. You may have listened to him and gave him the surprise of, okay, I took his input, but you would never go with it. He was supposed to be your balance. I'm going to be honest, Dundee. With you being gone for the past 4 months, Barry has turned into a true leader, somebody that I could truly believe could balance you out at that time. It has been one of the greatest things that's happened to the club since you've been gone, is Barry growed a fat sack of balls. He grew nuts. Back then, he was your pushover. He was your VPM that really didn't have a say, but he was somebody that you can talk to whenever you're alone. You were just best friends. Barry is now somebody that can lead.
He's leading so well, club members are shooting each other in the face. He may be leading to your appeals, but it seems like the morale of the club is lower than it's ever previously been. Barry's leadership skills are so good, he's decided to give himself $1 million paycheck. I still see the accounts. When I check the ATM. What, is there a PM paycheck now? Huh, just so convenient when he was the prime minister all of a sudden.
You know what happened, D? People hate eating scraps. People hated taking out maximum fast loans and diamond hand loans so we can pay for the other loans. I've had over millions of dollars in loans with both companies. So did Pez, and so did a few other members, just so we could keep the club alive. I think after you left, it was kind of a time to take a breath of fresh air and saying, you know what? We can buy food. We could buy weapons. Our cars are not going to sit an impound for 3 months because we can't make enough money because everybody is in debt up to their ears, up to loans. It was a time to take a breath and say, you know what? Let's get out of this financial fucking hole.
We all worked hard to get out of the loans. It was Pez's idea for the loans. Loans of friends, loans of friends. When the Sultan came, I wanted to buy it outright. We saved all the money, no loans. I was not the lone person, my friend. It was the idea of other people to get loans and extend it out as long as possible to repay it. I think Pez is still paying off the Holden because he extended it over like 72 fucking weeks or something. I wanted to pay everything off. I wanted to get all the loans done. Do you forget about that? I wanted all these loans to disappear. I said, everyone, put your loans in this location. We work out who gets closest to getting their loans paid off. We'll get money out the club account. We'll pay off everyone's loans. Everyone work equally to paying off everyone's loans.
You know, I did remember you doing that. We paid off Colin's Mustang first.
Yeah, we did, because it was closest to being done. We went off and paid off everyone's cars, no matter how much it hurt or no matter how new it was. And I told people, look, let's stop getting loans. Let's reduce
months.
It did.
It took months, Dundee. It took months. Do you know we were so vulnerable? People looked at us, and you know what's so funny? You said we should tell other clubs that we don't have money. We shouldn't tell them, even if we have 200K in our bank account. We should not let them know that we're up good. Dundee, we were never up good financially, and every time we had to pretend we were down bad, we didn't have to pretend because we were always down bad. Ever since you've been gone, I've told people this internally in the club. We turned into the Bondi Business Money Club. Everybody was so fucking hungry, Dundee, to make money, so we didn't have to stress about, do you know what? If we get in a shootout today, are we going to be able to put food on our plates for the family?
Isn't that what I said? The armory must always be stocked. We need more guns in there, 40 guns minimum. Don't you remember the 45-day war? We always had money.
Yes. But you know why? You could thank Edward and Finn for busting their ass hitting banks every single night. If it wasn't for them, we would have been broke.
And that's why they got promoted to patch members.
It was a lifestyle that wasn't healthy, Dundee, and I get it. We're in a motor club.
So then what you want me to do? Do you want me to go run dodo? We do dodo runs. Look, you probably have more money now because you have more opportunities that I previously didn't have. We didn't have gang locals that sold our drugs. We didn't have a meth lab. We didn't have Benson's Back Alley Motors. You know what we had under my leadership? We had Oxy and meth runs. That's all we had. We had banks that we busted round the clock. And I'm sorry, but I was there for almost every single one of them. I lost opportunities to make money on my own. I tried selling cars. I tried doing what I could. People started resorting to dodo runs. There's different opportunities to make money, and it just so happens that they came when I wasn't available. But under my leadership, I took every opportunity I could. I was doing garbage runs. Fucking garbage runs. We had no businesses. When Benson's Back Alley came, I dedicated myself to getting parts. I sit there all day doing it. When the gang locals came, I went as far as I could to make sure that we could get as much land as possible. I scouted every area for spray. When it came to meth, when we were using the public labs, who was the cook? It was me before Jordan. I'd always be there. Different opportunities came, man, and times changed. Guns became more expensive. Guns became cheaper. War wasn't an option. War became one. We didn't have as many assets. We didn't have as many cars. New cars came. The tuner shop wasn't open. Different opportunities of financial status kept coming. I'm sorry that you only remember us always being in debt. But that was never really the case. Pez, sometimes he did make mistakes, but he was very good at making sure the club always had money. We were never really broke. No one learned how to hack. I did. No one could do thermite. Barry did. At the time, no one could drive. Do you not remember the days we had to get Mickey to teach us how to hack? We could do thermite without Uno.
And I remember all that. And you know what's so funny is because you know what we would do is we keep taking the same people to jobs every single time. And it was so hard for our prospects.
What about Stevie when she did the bank and I stole a cop car to chase her? What about the time we let Faye do the S+ hack? What about the time we took Jordan and other prospects like Antonio, who was a hangaround at the time, to war? What about the times I took you onto jobs, Chip? The forgotten civilian member that knew absolutely nothing about the gang life, who joined in the middle of a war. How many times did I go out of my way to teach you how to fight with your fists, how to take the racing line? How many times did I practice our members doing laps in the tulip? I wanted you all to learn so you could take you on the jobs. Yeah, I didn't take all the prospects on every job, but I at least gave them the opportunity to prove me wrong and to learn. I sat down and I gave Stevie lessons. I tried with Faye, but then this happened. We made the time trial tracks to make sure everyone could learn. We made a whole board so we could tick off all the fucking things that people haven't learned. And then we take them on jobs to show their experience. I remember sitting there and teaching you guys how to get in and out of cars with your guns fast. I wanted you all to learn so all of you could come. But at the time, not everyone was ready. Some people learned quick like Antonio, but some needed a little bit more extra time, and I was patient with them. I didn't bring them on jobs because, you know that money that you preached? We weren't gonna get that bringing D-tier criminals into this fucking club. We had to make them better. And I went out of my way to try and make that happen. You forgetting that? Which one do you want it? Do you want prospects that don't know what they're doing on jobs? Or do you want money in the club? Because you can't have both. I tried to make the prospects as smart as possible. We did time trials, labs, tests, everything. Billy call-outs. Never stop moving. Don't know, don't go. Racing lines, in and out. Which one do you want, Chip?
I'll tell you what I want, and I'll tell you exactly what that means. Dundee, you just made everything sound so good and so beautiful. And I know one of your strongest traits, and I've seen it used a million times, is manipulation. And I'm not saying you're using that on me right now, but Dundee, you just made yourself sound like a fucking legend. And you know what? In the BBMC you are. But all those beautiful things you said that you just did right there, how you helped everybody, showed me the ropes, showed everybody the ropes, got the prospects up and going, hit all the banks, fucking cooked the meth, did everything. If that shit was so good and so true, why did you still end up fucking shot? If that was all true. If you were so fucking good, why did it take your ex-husband and the vice prime minister to aim a gun and shoot you if you did everything so damn good like the way you're saying, Dundee? You were so good. He had to fucking pull the trigger on you. Doesn't that make you think? If you were so good, why did that fucking happen?
Because apparently I was hurting members. Apparently I was cursed by this Normie Boons person that keeps being brought back to me. Whatever I did, Chip, those actions were not me, or not me willingly. I don't recall these things happening. I don't recall me doing any of this. And the thought of me doing this makes me sick to my fucking gut. I'm sorry. I don't know if anything that I allegedly did is true or not, but if I did do it, I never want to do it again. But I'm sorry, Chip. I mean it. I don't like the thought of ever having to hurt you, for doing nothing wrong at least. I never want to hurt any member for any pointless reason, or to save my life over another's. I am Bondi till I died. But didn't I die, Chip? Aren't I free now?
I could tell you the day we went to the island, Dundee. We all grabbed a shovel and we had to throw a little bit of dirt on you. In my eyes, I thought you were 6 feet under at that point. And D, I want to say something. I don't hate you. I do not dislike you. And I like to say that I actually understand you. I really think the bullshit needs to stop. With everybody that's met with you so far, Dundee, has anybody told you everything was beautiful? It was fucking flowers, money was coming out our ass, things were beautiful? Out of the people that you've met within the club, how many have told you that they are so fucking happy? Things were great. We want to go back.
You're the first one that's mentioned money. No one has talked about money. No one has talked about who I was as a leader, but who I became as a person. That's not what it was about, my leadership, Chip. I'm starting to think that maybe something hasn't been told to you. Do you know about what TJ did? Not
the Junior?
No. You weren't part of the club. If this normal boner guy exists or not, whatever this legacy that's being spun on me, long time ago, I shot TJ when he was a cop. He was not a member of us. It was a cop, Hell Week was starting, and he just happened to be the very first unlucky victim. He tells me that when I shot him, he died. It was over. But then, he made a deal. And he came back. And now he's part of the club. And then I got dumped by Bass. And then allegedly I made a deal. Or something along those lines. And then I came back. And that made me this terrible person that you described me to be. And then, the only thing that propels my purpose removed me from existence. Wait, did I forget law? And... TJ kept saying he brings me back. Am I forgetting law? Am I forgetting something? Am I preparing? Am I forgetting?
Yeah.
Am I forgetting? Uh-oh.
TJ had to make a deal to bring you back.
Did I make up law? Fuck!
And that may not mean anything to you, Dundee, as you don't know Norman Bones and you don't know the situation that you're in, but that's the deal that TJ made with essentially death to put you back on this earth. I know TJ has his own battles. I know, first of all, you mentioned this earlier. I think if one of the members at this club aims a gun at another member intending to kill, should have major consequences. And I feel TJ needs major consequences for what you saw.
What
There
about
should
Colin?
be no reason.
What about Barry? What was that consequence? Unless they were justified, that you think.
As the way they explained him to the club is very well justified. But then again,
Were you listened to?
Dundee,
Were you given an opinion?
you should know this. And I'm going to say this right now, even being a high command member of this club. The problem with this club is trust, okay? If Barry Benson or even you, if you had a cut on your back this day, if you told me to fucking hop on the car and do 160 miles down the freeway is the best thing to do, I'm going to do it because I trust your opinion. I trust my members. I trust my high command. I trust my VPM. If somebody had to do something for the betterment of the club and not personal, I have to take the responsibility and give them trust. So yes, I trusted them. And there may be people in this club that don't understand that fully yet, but trust is what makes this club go. But it's also what can tear this fucking club apart from the bottom to the top. Dundee, if you were still wearing a cup and you told me something, guess what? I would fucking believe you. As a brother in arms, part of the Bondi Boy, being the PM, I have to trust you. If I don't, what does that make me?
I don't know. What does it make you?
Not a Bondi Boy.
You trust, right? Then trust me.
Yeah.
Let me show you I'm not the person that you think that I used to be. Let me prove you wrong. Let me give you the opportunity to show you that I deserve forgiveness. I want to come back as the PM.
I'm gonna ask you something. I want this simple, Dundee. Listen. I appreciate you. Even though there's times you didn't appreciate me, I appreciate you.
I do appreciate you. I'm sorry I didn't show it.
It's all right. You showed it in different ways. That made me better. I understand why you had to show me that way. And you know what? There's still people, Dundee. The best thing about me is I still float on the radar. There's people in the club that still don't address me as a high command. There's people that still don't even address me as a founder, and I don't care. Because I'm the last one that doesn't get brought up every often. People go bitch to Barry all the time. People go bitch to Colin. And I just fit right in. All ears all the time, Dundee. I know what makes this club go. I know what makes it move. I know what makes it stop. But I'm going to ask you, if you were to ever come back, Dundee, as a PM, what are your plans? What are you going to fucking do? How are you going to turn this around?
I want to treat people respectfully. I want to treat people equally. Prospects, sure, lower rank, but they should be heard, not thrown around like filth. They should be taken on jobs for experience and trained. They should be involved in everything. I think we should still have a high bar, yes. But I need to stop keeping things between high command. Because you have a jacket, right? I should trust you. Why should I only trust high command and patch members? I should be able to tell prospects, right? Sure, maybe not everyone needs to know where the secret... Maybe you can understand not everyone needs to know where the super secret meth lab is, but there's a lot more that people can know. Some things do have to be kept a secret, you know? Like, oh, I don't know, a password to a super secret storage where we keep a backup armory, for example. But killing the Prime Minister, maybe that should be discussed with the rest of the club. I want to try a different route. I want to sit and give people's ideas a go. I want to see the club thrive on its own. I want everyone to feel like that they contribute or they matter. I want everyone to feel like that they have the opportunity to earn and be rewarded. I want people to feel like they've been loved and not used as a tool or pushed to the side or disregarded as useless. I want to try new things.
You know, since the day that you were shot on the side of the hill, all those things have been implemented. But you know what? As things change, you fix one thing, other things tend to break, Dundee. You know that. You've been around long enough. You should know that. As you make things a little bit more lenient, a little bit more looser, invite more people on jobs, it kind of gets lopsided a little bit. You know, Barry has had a hard time, and I say this in a way that he has to learn and adapt how people are more vocal. Even prospects are more vocal and trying to please them. Barry has been fed shit for 4 months, and he's been doing everything he can to make it better. But it's turned Barry into an amazing leader after figuring out how to manage everything that is going on. There's a lot of positivity in the club. I would say morale's high. But you know what? As soon as the words that you came back around, everybody started stressing out. I don't know if TJ pulling the trigger or Junior getting mad at TJ, but think about the situation that they were put in. They show up, the potential PM that was dead is there, and then you have 2 other gang members that were literally trying to flee war on us, saying, what did you do to Dundee, shooting Stevie and Hubcap and a few other people in front of the Billabong that night? Of course. What do you think? Do you think there's not going to be tensions? You literally have 2 gang leaders, Dundee, your best friends, literally trying to wedge war on us, now standing in our home. There was a lot of tension.
I needed insurance.
Blame.
Oh, as far as because I lacked the context, Chip. You know what I had? Oh my god. I need to tell them that I fucking had a successful meeting. Holy shit.
With who? Who'd you meet?
I didn't know if BBMC was trying to kill me or not. And so I had Benji and Marty down there as insurance. And I told Marty that if something happened out here in this field, then I was killed by the BBMC and I didn't respond for over an hour, and I just told him right there that I'm safe.
You don't trust the club, Dundee? Is that why you had them? You didn't trust that
Why
you'd be all right?
I want you to imagine from my perspective. I wake up, I'm covered in blood. I have no idea why I've been shot. And the moment that BBMC gets whiffed that I'm alive because I accidentally butt-dialed Junior, all of a sudden a convoy is running around to every single spot where I may potentially be. You all drove past me while I was in a van. In a convoy of S-Plus cars. You shot, not you, but I was shot in the back of the head. I don't know if it's come to you, but if the Vargos shot me in the back of the head, the first thing I want to do is not call them. I thought if the moment you got whiffed that I was alive, you were going to finish the job. Why should I trust the people that shot me?
so we could hear the other side of the story, Dundee. Without
I'm sorry, shouldn't
it
you
being
heard that before I got shot?
We heard the other side, but didn't you say earlier, hearing both sides is very important, but you coming down with your best friends opposing gang members rather than calling, trying to talk to one of us in a non-threatening manner with two other opposing gangs that just literally murdered half of our club because of what the club did to you. Like your friends, your best friends, didn't even care to ask.
I did.
They wanted
call.
to come down to talk, and they were hostile.
I did call. I did. I spoke with Junior, I spoke with Barry, I spoke with TJ.
So you didn't trust us then, but what makes you going to trust us now by you putting a jacket on? If you didn't trust us at that moment, what has happened over the course of 3 days to make you all of a sudden want to trust us now?
It's simple. Aim a gun at me. You tell me you didn't come strapped? Aim a gun at me. Pull it, point it right in my face. Notice nothing's happened? You're not dead? I've been shot at? I've been sniped? I haven't put my hands up. Nothing's happening. Why? Because I'm all alone. There's no one here. I texted the only people that know I'm out here that I'm safe. And they don't even know the location. That side of trust, I don't know what you want. Because I thought you were trying to kill me. And I learned that you weren't, but I decided to give you the chance to, well, be trusted.
You feel like other people should have a second chance, Dundee?
Pez got many second chances. I communicated with Pez every day. You didn't see it all the time. But I spoke with Pez every day. When Pez snitched to the Lost, I shot his leg off. And then when he went to ICU, I tried to revive him. I had conversations with Pez every day at his house, over by the BBM lot. I'd call each other, he'd explain to me what he's doing, I'd tell him not to do it, he'd go and do it. I had many conversations with Pez, but Pez wanted something and we wanted something else, and it just wasn't working. It took 3 months of constant back and forth to remove Pez from the club. Multiple opportunities over the course of 3 months, multiple long meetings, multiple opportunities. The entire club, right in front of him, I asked everyone, put your hand up if you trust Pez. No one put their hand up. He was removed. Now, I've got a bit of a dodgy memory, but where was my meeting, Chip? Where was my discussion? Where were my 3 months? Did Barry feel a little upset that he didn't get an opportunity with his Bondi moment? Where was his phone call for his son? Where was my discussion? Where was my second chance? I didn't get a second chance. I got removed.
With the position that you're in, Dundee, there was no other option for Barry.
What did I do to deserve it?
You know what? Maybe over the next couple days, Dundee, you can jog your memory. See if there's anybody out there that can rekindle some thoughts.
Why can't you tell me what I did?
Because I want you to work for it, Dundee.
Work for it? I've already been told. All I've been told is that I called Nancy in a threatening way and apparently I aimed a gun at Barry. We know what else I've been told? I've been told that there's club members shooting each other in front of their face without approval from any other member. I hear there's people just shooting each other because they're getting into a disagreement. I hear members shooting the Prime Minister in one day. I am painted as the villain, Chip, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I made many mistakes, and I was told I was doing really stupid things. But what club member did I shoot intentionally behind their back with the purpose of purely harming them? You can't name Stevie. That was a very bad accident, and I regret that. Barry and I were testing communications, and it was wrong of me. But I didn't do that intentionally, and that wasn't a plan. The moment we realized something happened, I backpedaled. You could say Pez, but we all had a discussion on that. Well, we gave Pez a founding patch, not Cody. You could say Wingman, but we had a meeting about that. Can you name a single member where I, Erwin Dundee, has shot in the back of the head without telling the rest of the club? And then painting a narrative afterwards with not giving the person the opportunity to say that side of the story?
I think most of us in the club, Dundee, have a understanding if something didn't happen to you that night on the side of that island, that Barry would have been dead that night. So do you know what? I think after seeing how people were treated, what you've done in the past, and you can keep saying, oh, you just accidentally shot Stevie, didn't mean much, or we shot Pez because Pez had plenty of times. That was the biggest mistake of
my life, shooting Stevie.
It was. I get it. And do you know what? Maybe Barry made one that day. Maybe that was just an accident, Dundee. Maybe he'll take the same path you said and said, you know what, Dundee? I'm sorry, that's an accident.
Chip, it was planned with Colin. Have you not been... Have you been brainwashed?
No, I haven't been brainwashed. No.
You're making no sense compared to what everyone else I've talked to says. It was planned. They went out of their way. They brought us to a cliff. They staged it. They made me go to the end of a cliff, pointed a gun to my back of my head in front of everyone, and then shot me. What do you mean it was an accident? Colin and Barry shot me perfectly at the same time after a code word was said. You haven't answered my question. Who have I intentionally shot behind the club's back? You can't name a name, can you?
I'm not gonna say any names because I'm either gonna get it was an accident or it was deserved.
Say it.
And I could personally say.
Say your name.
Well, I could say it was. I'm gonna say that Pez wasn't deserved. He had a chance to walk and he fucking shot him before he could walk. Pez would still, my fucking husband, my best friend would still be standing next to me if you gave him a chance to walk before your fucking ego and your stress took over to fucking shoot him before he can walk out. And you know what? I'm gonna give you Stevie. You know what? Yeah, you're right. Stevie is a fucking accident. Steve, I'm gonna give it to you. Dundee. Things have changed.
Who else other than Pez and Stevie?
Is two not enough? Is two not enough?
Name another name.
I don't need to. No, there's no other name. I don't have to name any other names. You had two people right there in Dundee. Listen, it happened. I can move on. We can move on. I have moved on. Everybody's progressed since then. I want to talk about right now the future of this club. The future of you potentially being a part of this. Somebody that's demanding a PM role to step back in. That is what's the next step to this. I want to forget about the fucking past, but it's hard because you have a club that is traumatized. I can look past it. You know, Dundee, I don't have a family. I don't have friends anymore.
You have the Bondi
because I was
Boys.
always.
That is your family,
I have,
Pez.
Fuck, that is my fucking family.
That is shit.
But do you know what? Look at this.
I got him, Pez.
Barry has TJ. Barry has Cubcap. Barry has Andy. Colin has Nancy.
I had my mom.
Everybody that. I never had anything like that.
Club is the closest thing I have left to remembering my mum. And I don't have that anymore. It's why I want to come back. Hello, Kung Fu. And who's Andy?
Andy from the HOA.
Who's she? Why is she so important?
It's Barry's sister.
Barry has a sister?
Yeah.
Huh.
You didn't know that?
No.
Do you know why I would never even bring my family or friends around Dundee because I knew there was a risk. Do you know I would have shot TJ that day if I would have shot TJ shoot Jr.? I would have fucking shot him. And I'm worried that there's people that think that there's family members around or in the club that they're not at risk for being shot because I don't want to see my brother get shot or my son get shot. I don't have anybody because I don't want to have anybody on a lifeline if I fuck up that I have to worry about somebody. That's why I don't have anything. It's my choice. I resent them. I keep them away. And things are getting a little loose. Dundee, I'll say some of your best traits and things that I miss that I would like to see in the club is I'd like to see firm structure. When you were around Dundee, prospects were prospects, patches were patch, high command is high command. They all had distinct roles and every person was put in their place firmly. Prospects weren't on every job. Prospects had to earn it. Be hungry to want to earn that patch. Hard mode. Dundee, I miss hard mode. I miss dragging people through the trenches. I miss watching people get calluses on their hands to earn, to eat, and spend time and live with us. I miss that. Dundee, when you were the prime minister, there was no weak links other than attitudes and demanding things from people. I miss that. Things have gotten a little soft. I could see you fulfilling that. But what it would take is Barry, you acknowledging and understanding and listening to Barry as he's not soft as he used to be anymore.
Who's that?
Did you call somebody up here to fucking ice me, Dundee?
No.
Did they see me pull a gun on you, Dundee?
That's a bit of a late reaction, Chip.
I'm sure you're using an old cell phone. Boomer technology that takes days for signals to transmit to other devices. More of a boomer state. Since you're still wearing a trench coat and a big cowboy belt, I figured, you'd be wearing like knee highs or something.
Chip, do you want me as PM or not?
I think there's a place for you in the club, Dundee.
But not as the PM?
I wouldn't say that. Dundee, I like you and I appreciate you and I think you're capable of steering this in the next direction. But this is a club thing. And I think if you keep proving yourself, there may be a spot. But there's a couple people back at the fucking Billy right now, Dundee, that are going to say no immediately. And I think you have to start persuading or talking to those people. I don't need 100 days. I don't need 50 days. I don't need 10 days. You talk to these other people, Dundee, and show true loyalty and not make it a threat. I think there's a possibility for that. And I honestly think Barry does need a fucking break. I think Barry now is going to make a better VPM than a PM. That's my opinion. I think Barry needs a little break. I'd say talk to the other people, Dundee. Listen, I've gained so much fucking respect for you, Dundee. When you started acknowledging me for the person I am, Dundee, you know how that made me fucking feel? As soon as you got shot, that's when I was the closest to you, Dundee. The day that you got shot on the side of the hill and I wasn't there, I was like, I finally earned my stripes with the person that made me work so fucking hard, and now you're taking it away.
Well, let me prove that to you. Help me get back into the PM position, because I want to change. I don't recall who I used to be, but I don't want to be that person.
Okay.
I don't want the club to be soft, but there's many ways I could improve. Maybe not be as hard, but I ain't gonna be as soft as Soft Boy Barry.
Do your thing, Dundee. I'll be there for it.
Who else is awake? Who else can I call?
Talk to Junior. Have you talked to any of the new prospects? Do you care meeting them? How are you going to treat the new people? These are new people that were.
I don't know who the new people are. And this vote, to me being the PM, is this a high command thing or a... It's a club thing. It should be a club thing, shouldn't it?
The votes are patching above.
Patching above? What about the prospects? The BBMC, no, they should have a choice of who their leader is. Oh, well, I got nothing to gain by including prospects. These prospects don't know who I am. Why would they want someone that they've only heard negative things about?
Do you know what I talked with some of the prospects today and we talked about you coming back and you know what they said? We're here when Dundee wasn't. How's he gonna look at us? Is he gonna look at us as strangers? We have this cut on our back. Is he gonna look at us as somebody part of his club?
The club
Or
has
is he
to, when
gonna
I
ignore
wasn't
us?
here, the club has to move forward without me. It's like when war breaks out and I'm not awake. Decisions need to be made. I can't always be there. The club needs to operate without a PM. But they should have a vote, regardless if they know me or not. But I hope that they give me the opportunity.
Yeah. I think you should talk to them because they're going to have some big influence in all this and will, more than likely, possibly have a vote in it.
If they do, it could go both ways. They could hate me or love me. I don't know which one.
Yep. Well, Dundee, you're a strong man with your words. I think you'll do all right. Call them up. Peter, Ellie, Aubrey.
Who's Peter?
Call any one of them. Peter's Edward's jacket. Peter, Edward brought Peter on just about 2-3 months ago and has done a phenomenal things for the club. Peter is a great asset. You should really talk to him. You should also talk to Ellie. Ellie's another great asset to the club. She's been hacking, running banks, working on her driving.
Ellie and Aubrey were hang-arounds when I was alive. I don't know if I have their phone numbers. Can you text me them? I certainly don't have Peter's. Oh, Peter. No, Bazza enjoying all the spice, bro. He's just sitting back. He's having the time of his life watching all this spice, bro. He's having the fucking time of his fucking life, man.
There's Ellie's. I'll get you Peter's right now.
Bazza the chatter. But I'm trying to make it possible for D. Sometimes it just can't happen, man. Yo, no, thanks for the 21 months, man.
And then Aubrey's is coming up.
Baz loves the sauce. Saucy.
There you go, Dundee.
Thank you very much.
There's some new members for you to talk to.
Chip, look, buddy. I miss you. I miss the club. I miss the good old days. I wasn't perfect, and I know that. I'm sorry. I made mistakes, and I can learn. I'm not the same person I used to be, or that you described me to be. I look back at how I treated you. Some things I think I did right, but a lot of things I realized I didn't care as much as I should have for the members of our club. Like when I thought you weren't a member, I should have paid more attention to the members that were in my club. I should have realized them more. I struggled to listen to people. I struggled to take care of them. But I didn't identify that. I thought I cared about people, but I look back on the poor things I made. And I learned that I didn't. And
I'm gonna leave you with this, Dundee.
I want to learn.
You got some work to do, but I'm gonna say this. You were there for me when I needed it, and as a founder, I will be there for you when you need it. Just call me if you need anything.
Thank you, Chip. I kind of want to call Faye. I want to call Junior, but I kind of want to call Faye. Destroy and rebuild. Honestly, destroying and rebuilding would be so fucking good. Destroying and rebuilding would be fucking amazing. But I like my club members too much. I like them too much out of character. Okay, I like it. That's not what I don't like. I love everybody. How am I going to, like, how would I do that, man? Oh, so yes, I have to consider, like, BBMC is also some people's livelihoods. Like, I can't just remove it. Like, I think poor Colin, poor Junior, man. Edbert, so many members. So many members, man. It would hurt. Not that they, okay, I want to make it clear. Not that they wouldn't thrive without us, but to say that it wouldn't impact them is selfish to say. To say that it wouldn't impact them at all says something. Yeah, you gotta like there comes that responsibility. Like when I kick someone out the club, I want to check one thing. One, do they stream? Because they may depend on BBMC as their livelihood. And if they do, then I'll be extra fucking careful with them. But if they aren't a streamer, then I'll just take it the same way. Cause like they may already have a job. You know what I mean? Like if it's their livelihood, I'm gonna take extra consideration. Bob, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that a ton. Thanks for the 4 months, man. Change scenery? Yeah, I'm gonna find a new spot. I know it sounds like, oh, if you're a streamer, I'll give you extra chances, but it's literally a different situation. I kind of want to. I think Junior would be awake.
Hello.
What's your ping, Junior?
$169.
169.
169.
I'll see you soon. I'll be up north, so stick around there. Goodbye.
Bye.
169, 169, 169, 169, 169. Did I miss another sub? Diablo! Love it, the spice, thank you very much. And Bob, thank you so much as well. If I missed subs, I'm sorry. Why are you using a payphone? I don't know. Where's the Land Cruiser? I think Benji. Benji Ramos. Benji Ramos. Betray my dumb ass already? No. I have a mortgage. Bazaar. Unlike you, who rents a house with Cray. I have a fucking mortgage to pay off. No, them. Oh. Like, go to BBMC. I have a house to pay for. Sugar Daddy needs more shoes to buy. Azza, why don't you come just live with me, Uwu? Come up to Brisbane. Fuck Melbourne. Come up here. We got more BBMC members up here than down there. Philium, my big happy chatter. Thank you so much, man. Although my house is loud as fuck, you would not sleep. Oh, then again, you can have downstairs. Imagine we do a BBMC house. You know how toxic that would be? Do you know who I live with? Oh, you'd get sick of me though. Yeah, but would you? Would you come up to Brisbane? Or do you like Melbourne more? Because you have more. You probably have you got all your friends down there, don't you? Oh no, man, I want to meet you, man. I want to meet you one day. What if we go for drinks on Quissiness? There's a lot of people in Melbourne straight vid scene. Yeah, I don't know any YouTubers up here. There's a few Twitch streamers up here. Like we got me, Junior, I think. Oh, I know there's another BBMC member that's up here, but I don't know if it's a secret or not, so I'm not gonna say it. I think there's a few more up here. Simon used to live up here. You come to Melbourne, we have a spare room with setup. Maybe just go down there for like a week and shit. Do an IRL stream. Oh, my new home, bro. It's so good. I showed you it, didn't I? Oh no, I like my new house too much, man. My new house is so good. Me want a house. Yo, what if we do split investment, right? This totally won't backfire whatsoever, okay? Look, what if I put down certain on a house, and then you put down another certain on a house, and then you live in the house, and then I buy the rest of your house off you later. Okay, genius idea. Okay, send me 1 mil. Get a loan. Loads of friends. Okay, I kid you not. Across the fucking street from me, there's a house that is the exact same price that I paid for mine. It is 3 stories tall. It has a pool and a full outside backyard. My house is 1.5 floors tall. It does not have a backyard and does not have a pool. I am so fucking angry. I waited 2 years to buy a home. On an unrelated note, can you link me that house? Fuck it, god damn it, man. Half floor? Let me show you. Okay, so I want you to imagine this is like side of a house, right? So this is like a side of a house. Okay, so we're viewing it from the side. So like you'd have like, you know, you like your roof like this, and then you'd have like this, yeah? And then you'd have the 2 stories, right? This is my house. Inaccessible. Doesn't exist. Oh yeah, the best thing. My front yard? Oh, it's down here. My backyard? Oh, it's up a story. My backyard is up an entire set of stairs. So to get to my backyard, you go up a set of floors and then go here and then into the back. Don't ask. I don't know. Is your house on a hill? No. I don't know why. Because on Google Maps, if you look at my house, it's completely flat. And then you see the Google Maps where they turn it into a non-flat. Like they build an artificial hill on. Like, I don't know what's underneath here. As far as I'm concerned, this is just flat. I'm trying to think. Like, if I'm trying to visualize, what if there's more to my house that I just haven't seen? What if there's like a whole other section of my house that I just don't know is there? But I'm just thinking, like, I'm trying to think of, like, I'm just looking outside to my living room. Yeah, nah, like, because the spare room's below me, right? Okay, so if I had to describe, right? So let's say like, so let's say here, right? So my bedroom is like here, okay? And so here's me, hello, and then downstairs we have like the bedroom, and then there's like a spare room here, right? I'm trying to think, like, what the fuck's over here? As far as I'm concerned, it's flat land and there's nothing there but a fuck ton of concrete. I've got like no clue. Wait. Can I extend my house? Garage? Oh wait, no, sorry, hold on. Let me draw this a bit better. It's more like this. I don't know how to describe it. Fucking, it's not full. Oh, my garage is underneath me. Nah, but nah. Because I've got, okay, hold on. If we're looking top down, right? So we're looking top down onto the first floor, right? So this is the first floor. This is the ground floor, and then obviously the top is extended. We have like my garage here, and then there's like a doorway, and then there's like a bathroom there. Okay, stop the Sims. Oh my god. So this is like the bottom, but my house continues upstairs going this way. Like that, like upstairs is more house going up this way. So the fucking purple car is fucking here, okay? Fucking Junior was streaming here. Okay, here's Junior. Hello, Junior. Okay, Junior also slept here. Okay, Junior's sleeping. There he is. He's nice and happy, okay? So he sleeps there. And then there's stairs that go up to the next story here, right? So you got stairs that go up here. And like this is the entirety of my bottom floor. There is nothing else. This is the entirety of the bottom floor. Oh, and then we got a fucking we got a toilet up here as well. There, that's where he's shat. Okay. Like, where's the kitchen? Oh, it's upstairs. My kitchen's upstairs. I got the kitchen is upstairs. Well, actually, my last place, the kitchen was up 2 flights of stairs. Where's your toilet? I've got plenty of toilets, don't you worry, bro. So, okay, so fucking, I want to dox my floor plan, bro. Here we go. Doxing my floor plan. So fucking up here is like a really long fucking rectangle, right? And so then you got the fucking stairs that go up, right? Goes up here. And then you've got like a little thing. Okay, hold on. You've got like a little bar thing here that you can look down onto the peasant's floor down here, man, okay? And then you got my bedroom right here. Wait. Like this, okay? So you got my bedroom, okay? Here's me. Here's my bed. Okay? Here's a famous bathroom. Okay? And then fucking shitter. And then shower. Fucking boop, 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 boop. And then we got fucking clothes right in here. Okay, that's a shirt. And then we got fucking... Oh, I'm trying to think. Like a hallway here, and then there's like another bathroom. There's like a bathroom here, and then there's like... Fuck! I fucked this up. Wait, hold on. Wait. There's like... No! Okay. There's a hallway here. I fucked this up. Okay, this is... Okay, imagine these are bedrooms. They're really small. Okay. Then there's like a hallway, and then there's a bathroom, and then another bathroom, and then there's like a I need a bigger rectangle. Okay, so we have a fucking... Okay, I'm gonna condense it all into this. Okay, so there is a bedroom, a shitter, a bathroom, right in here, okay? And then, hallway goes out here. There's another bedroom up here. And then there is like a media room there. And then my fucking kitchen is here. And this is empty. And then I'm meant to have a dining table here. And then it's my backyard. That's my house. I've just doxed myself. Yo, if you want to leak my address, you better be reverse Google searching this, bro. Okay, it's gonna come up with it. This is my house. It's brilliant. How much of this house versus the empty space? Okay, I'd say the empty space is at the red line. I would say there. Below is the downstairs. Up here, I don't know where it's gone. I don't know where the other fucking half of my house is. What's this worth? Like 2 mil? No, I paid less than 1 million. I'll be honest, I did not pay $1 million for this property. But I will say I was closer than I was further. You should be an artist. I should. Chat, what was the ping? Yeah, it was 169. Thank you, chat. You might have stock of 3070s, 3080s, and 6900 XTs. Why would D do this to me? Look, just get a 4090, bro. Just get a 4090. Oh, Boss Sonic's biddies. Where's Boss Sonic? Point to Boss Sonic. 100 bits for Boss Sonic. Uncle Stacks with a prime for 6 months. Thank you so much, man. Hey, thank you, chat. You need to point to him so I could read the message. I thought Uber Eats was the kitchen. Okay, listen, bitch. Listen here, motherfucker. Uber Eats is the kitchen on weekends. Art? There's art? Oh! Oh no! Oh no! I can't handle terrorism this early in the day. And then it was this as well, which is also perfectly viewed. So many cool arts, man. So many cool arts from the other day, man. Look at all this cool stuff, bro. So sick. But I think out of all the arts, this is my favorite. Rest in peace, Gate. Croc and Norman won. Well, Croc got what he wanted. I just didn't want people who... You know what I mean. I want people to lose the game. They did crimes. So I just spotted to someone. I see that PD added a concrete barrier. As goofy as it fucking looks, bro, it's needed so badly. Like, we needed, bro, people don't respect those barriers whatsoever fucking ever. It's incredible. I'm so happy. And now they're making it so that if you go past the barriers, it's shit on sight. I fucking love that shit. Too many idiots just walk past like they're like just like self-insert idiots, bro. New barricade rule needed to be, yeah, it needed to be made. Like, as dumb as it is, it needed to absolutely be made. Too many people just fucking walk past police barriers and say, I can do whatever the fuck I want. There's absolutely no fear whatsoever. People just don't give a fuck. I feel like PD is making good changes, man. Yo, Colin, did I ping the wrong person? Didn't realize I pinged Colin up to the bench. You pinged Junior? I know. I think I hear a bike.
If you needed help trying to figure out how to join your house, you could have just asked me.
Well, you know so much about it. You've been in it.
I'm kidding.
Still got that comedy, don't you, Junior?
You know, it's that saying, right? You know, some people. Sometimes the saddest people just try and want to smile. You just want to laugh.
I got a smile every time I look at your badge and your hat that's still up here. Reminds me of a good friend. I wanted to call you to apologize.
For what?
The terrible person that I used to be. Or I've been told that I was. I was told that apparently I'd pulled guns on members. Apparently I'd pulled weapons on family. And when you heard of my return, the club went into a panic frenzy, expecting me to be hateful, angry. I can understand why. No. After shooting someone in the back of the head and not explaining why and taking everything away, I'd be pretty upset too.
Fuck, man. It's so fucked, man. Everything's so fucked.
What happened to the morale of our club? I'm sorry, I'm being painted as a villain, as the worst thing that's ever happened to the BBMC. Yet, I come back, and club members are shooting each other like it's willy-nilly. I should fit right in, if everything that I did was true.
Listen, All I will say is, what you saw happen there, I don't think anyone in this club could have expected that in a million years. The fact that it happened then and there is still shocks me. But it happened nonetheless, right?
So surely TJ should receive a far worse punishment than I, right? Or does he get to have a meeting? Does he get to have a conversation? Is he above the patch? Is he above me? Does a vote get to happen? Because I never got any of that.
What do you think would be the best way out of those two options? If you're, you know, these two options that you've just talked to me about, what would be in your eyes, in this situation, for what you've seen, what do you think would be the best way to do it? Sounds like you prefer the the latter, I mean, sorry.
I hope he'd get what I never got. An opportunity to be heard, and a club to decide what should happen next.
Listen, this is coming from the person that actually got shot. Because the other day when I saw you, fuck, man. You know how I am. You know how I was. You know me. How passionate I am for this club, for the members in it. That day, I made so many mistakes and wrong choices. I fucked up big time. One after the other, I made mistakes that I thought at the time was the right thing to do, but unfortunately it wasn't. And what you saw when you were on the Billabong was the results
of Barry's leadership.
Somewhat the results. No. Results of you can try your best. You can think you're doing your best, but ultimately you never know what the fuck's gonna happen. That's what you saw.
Stop eating food, Chad.
You know, it felt like after I went into fucking ICU, and I only just came out yesterday. Almost fucking died in there. It felt like when I came out that I was, felt like for some people, it sounded like I didn't even get a chance. I still haven't even spoken to everyone. For some people, it sounded like that they thought that I was trying to secretly meet up with you, trying to go behind everyone's back, trying to, some kind of fucking conspiracy to overthrow whatever the fuck. So if you could, I guess, in a way, see it from his point of view, from what he potentially thought. Of course, there's going to be a lot of, I guess, mistrust, if you will, there. But this coming from the person who got shot in the fucking face, from someone that he looks to as a brother. People have asked what I think, what I deem as punishment, what I think should happen, my opinion on it. Junior meets high command, road captain, getting shot by a patch member. What should happen? What do you think I said, D? You know me. You know how I am. You know how I fucking think, man.
You want to fuck him up?
What do you think I said? Really?
What did you say?
Let me take this really quick. I'll explain this again. Yo. Yes. I was just talking with D right now. Did you can speak to Chip and all that as well, or Colin or Buck. But yeah. Alright. No, you're good. All good. Listen, when I came up here. What's up?
Who was on the phone?
Ali.
Who?
I don't even know if you. I think you might have met her. I don't know.
Alec.
Ali.
I did for a tiny bit.
Like when I came up here, I just let them know because obviously there was a bit of mistrust there. I let them know where I was going, who I was seeing. I let them know where I'll be, and I just told them if they want to come up here, they can come up here. So right now, I don't know if there is anyone there or not. You could shoot me right here and fucking dip and whatever, but I don't think that that's what you're gonna do. Because I don't think that that's your intention. I think if you wanted to do that, you could have done that. I don't doubt your skill or what you're capable of at all. But you just said, you know, you think that I would kill him. What would the point of that be? What would that show? What would that portray? Yes, it's a very bad look to, let me just turn this off. I can't even hear what the fuck you're saying. What example would that set to people in the club?
Not a good one.
I guess, no. But in the same token, patch member shot high command. I let them know that I don't think that we should shoot him. I don't think we should kick him. Because of the lesson, the repercussion, because of what good will it do? Who am I to say, what example do I set if I just want blood for that situation? Especially when the circumstances were the way they were. I would be just as bad. So, I'd said, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the punishment is. But I do know one thing, that if there's any punishments, whether it be for me, him, both, whoever, then it needs to be one that people, the person who's getting the punishment, will actually learn something from. What's the use of giving a punishment other than, you know, someone learning from something? You just, almost at that point, you're almost doing it for pleasure. You're almost doing it because you want to see your family suffer. You want to see your family in pain. And that shit is fucked up, bro. So no, I don't want him shot. Even though he shot me in the fucking face, even though it was a patch member shooting high command. There is, if he gets shot, there will still be a lesson that needs to be learned.
I want to come back to the club, Junior.
Why?
Because, as it's been explained to me a few times now, apparently I was a terrible person.
Okay.
I thought I was shot because I didn't know why. I was shot because what I thought was Barry trying to take me out and take over the club. But as I speak to the club, I learned that I, in fact, was a terrible person. I learned that I was a flawed leader under the influence and constantly harming our members. I learned that I was a risk to our club. Now, these memories I do not share anymore, and I do not recollect any of these memories. I don't share any of these desires that people speak of me about. But I keep being told that I aimed a gun to people. I was dragging people through the mud. I was unloving, uncaring, a terrible, hard leader. Then when there were talks of me possibly returning, the club became scared. I didn't want to come back because I thought I wasn't loved. I want to come back because I realized I didn't love the club. And I want to change that. Because if we can be successful with me being an idiot, we can be even more successful with me being a genius. I made mistakes, and I want to fix them.
What would it do? Like by you coming back to the club, what would that change?
Well, I was told that I was a harassing person that kept... Did I shoot anyone?
Are you talking about the whole time you were...
I know I shot
Prime
Pez
Minister?
and Stevie.
Okay.
Did I shoot anyone intentionally behind everyone's backs as a secret? Like intentionally, like went out of my way to do it. Not an accident. Stevie, that was an accident. Barry and I were doing dumb shit and it will never happen again. That was a 1 in a million shot. I should have never done that. That was an eye-opener and an example, and I never, ever thought that was ever a good idea.
So you're saying, have you done that behind the club's back? Is that what you mean?
If I done something as low as get a club member to the edge of a cliff and shoot them in the back of their head without consulting the rest of the club first?
Not that I'm aware of.
So am I the villain?
Look, from what I understand, you would have done it. You're about to do it. In fear of your own life. Now, I guess if you can understand, I don't need to explain this to you, right? But I know I get what you're saying. It wasn't done, but just thinking about it was almost just as bad. You know, it's so hard because it's like what do you remember? Do you remember thinking these things? Do you remember going through this mindset? Do you remember?
I don't recall any of this.
What do you remember? Closer up to that time. What is the last memory that you have?
We went to have a meeting about Barry's dad about something, and then I stood by the end of the cliff, and then I got shot.
That's all you recollect from that? You don't know why you're going there?
No. I keep being told of this person. I keep being told of this person called Normie Boons. It means nothing to me. I don't know who that person is.
He's a cunt. That's what he is. Let's put it that way, right?
And I've learned that apparently he had some sort of offer for me that I accepted. I don't know what it is. I can't comprehend it.
This is why I wish you fucking told me, D. This is why I was so fucking mad that I didn't know.
There's the answers up. Normie? Normie Bones! Newbie! Why'd you take him from me? No! You fucking alien! I'm sorry, Junior. You don't have to feel it like that to me. I'm sorry! Accept my apology, please! Are you pregnant now? 4 months? Newbie! Junior! He's pregnant! Well, why am I getting these weird stutters? Look at the FPS in the top left. Look at that fluctuating so much. Like 20! It goes like 120. And now it's fine. We're doing it only on this computer. FPS too high? No, if my FPS was too high, it would start stuttering. So if I turn off the mod, then my FPS becomes too high. See, now this is too high. So this still looks really good even without the mod. Holy fuck. Look at that. 100. Oh, there's the stutter. 187 is the cap. If I set it to 175. You see how it's stable? It doesn't stutter. Oh, see, now it's stuttering again. Wow, that's locked. 175 frames per second locked. Look at that. The 4090 is at 83% usage. Not even maxed out. What the fuck is your PC? It is a 4090 13900K. Clocked pretty high. Can clock higher. I need to make it go higher.